even hear this negativity in other countries. They're like, what? You have the life I want? Tell me how to get it. They just don't even give a fuck about it.
And that's,
you know what I want?
Let me tag something onto that real quick, because like there's a lot of guys that I know and that Mike knows who sell courses, like online courses, and there's also a reason why like self-help books, like that's like the biggest section in like, you know, Barnes & Noble right now. The reason for that is people want that instant gratification. They want to know that if I buy this product, if I buy this pill, if I buy this, you know, this course, whatever, that once I do that, that's going to solve whatever I think my most immediate problem is, right? They want instant gratification, and they want, like, we live in a time where we're so used to having something immediately there for us, whether it's like our playlists on our phones, or if it's like, you know, fast food or whatever the fuck it is, right? We're so used to being able to satisfy those, you know, those needs really quickly, that if we encounter something that it takes longer to actually achieve, like if you want to go from being a white belt to being a black belt, you've got to put in all the time to get from, you know, the white belt to the black belt. Or if you go to the gym, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to go and consistently be doing things over and over and over again. Dude. So when you get into these courses, what happens is when you buy these courses, or you buy like this books, what happens is people like don't complete those courses. They'll buy it because they think that the act of buying that course it tricks their brain into thinking that they've already completed that course, or they can always come back to it when they're ready for it. So it has this act of completion kind of like psychological effect when you get that course, or you get that book, or you get whatever it is that you think is going to be your magical cure for whatever is, you know, your most immediate need. Then suddenly, and if you don't deliver on that, and this is something me and Myron run into quite a bit, is if you don't deliver on that, if you don't get the supermodel, or if Myron and Rollo teach a course that guarantees that we're going to be able to fuck supermodels, right? We're going to get 9s and 10s immediately, and if I don't get that, then these guys are charlatans, and these guys are, you know, these guys are selling fish oil.
They'll say we sell a course even though we don't.
Exactly. Yeah, even if we don't. And so what they're saying, because they've already made up in their mind, you know, in their heads, they've already made up their minds that I'm going to take this course, I'm going to read this book, I'm going to do these things, these step-by-step things that this guy is selling me, and if I don't get that effect like overnight, then fuck these guys.
Yeah. You know? The thing is, we all kind of just address the masses of idiots too much, and that's what they want.
Yes.
The whole thing is they're so fucking stupid. They want to just be contrarians for attention. They don't even want a result. They just want to go against what the successful people are doing, so they can get fucking attention. So you should not even address them. Like, there's only going to be 1% of people that sign up for something that actually do it, and the rest are just pussies. And you should call them that when they fail. It's just like you shouldn't be like, you should. There's you know how many fucking entrepreneurs that like post their before and after photos of them getting in shape, and they're almost like a participation trophy having fat little kid. It's like, bro, you're still a man. Your before and after pics have to be the quality of other men. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're exiled from getting a six-pack, you fucking pussy. And the thing is, they post them, and they're just because they have money, there's bodybuilders in the comments going, great job, you fat piece of shit. And it's like, dude, why are you guys applauding this guy? He hasn't done shit. He's just less fat. Like,
good effort.
Good effort. Wouldn't you feel like a pussy if people were applauding you and giving you a fucking participation trophy? Well, look, he's trying. He's fucking 36 and worth $40 million, bro. Get a bicep vein popping and some abs, motherfucker. Jesus. Like, why are we gonna?
I agree.
Do you guys realize? Do you guys understand that by us accommodating your shortcomings, we make you weaker? So everybody who has a problem with someone like me, I will just smack you so many times that you will forget that you're even able to even speak until you have a result. And when you have one, when you have a result that I give a fuck about, guess what I'll do? I'll tell you, good fucking job. And it'll actually mean something, because everybody is giving empty fucking validation to people, and Wes Watson will not. He will say, no, you're a bum fucking broke titty having bitch. Until you pull up in some real shit and show me a real result, I'm not gonna give you no props. And then when I do give someone props, they're like, hell yeah, that's genuine. Everyone's become so disingenuous because they're afraid of getting fucking canceled or whatever the fuck. So they're just fucking kissing ass, and it's bullshit. I don't fucking like it. I won't do it. I'll go in someone's shit, and they're like, I'm on this fitness journey, and I'm like, people are watching, you better fucking do it. And everyone else is like, great job, Timmy. And like, and he's just like, yeah, I'm trying. It's like, you're 37, bro. And he's like, yeah, I did good, right, guys? It's like, no, you didn't. Do you see what the normal people on my program do? They'll go from like being straight fat to fucking like dick skin vein ripped like a motherfucker. I bet you dick skin probably hurts all these little bitches in the chat. But I mean, the whole thing is like, 100%.
Dick skin tight. I'm using that, stealing that.
100% stop giving people fucking validation or props over something that you don't really believe. Fuck them.
Have you ever seen this? There's a great movie. It's called Whiplash. Have you ever seen Whiplash?
Never seen it.
So
I had this old chick who used to call it Whip Flash. I'm like, how stupid are you?
It was this great movie about this one kid who wants to become the best jazz drummer ever, like Buddy Rich. That's what he wants to be. He runs into a teacher. The teacher's name is Mr. Fitch, and Mr. Fitch is just like Wes. He just drives him into the ground, like to the point of abuse, like just like kicking his ass, making his hands bleed, like demanding the best out of him. And throughout, like the people who watch this, like the Gen Zers who would watch this movie, they go, "Oh, this is abusive. How could this even possibly happen?" So, like,
if abuse is words, I live in a wrong state of this world. Abuse is not words.
There's one point in
that's what women say.
The best line in the movie is like he's talking to, like, Mr. Fitch is talking to this kid, right? He says, "You know what the two worst words in the English language are?" He goes, "What?" "Good job." Because he really wanted him to become the best. Because if that's what you want and you're committed to that, then I'm going to kick your ass into the fucking ground until you become the best jazz drummer on the planet.
We only give a fuck what you're doing wrong. You're supposed to do what I'm telling you, motherfucker. I'm not going to applaud you for doing what's right.
I don't think enough people realize how much investment you have to have in yourself to go from ordinary to extraordinary.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. And it's only like, people don't get it, like once you're like there to get to the next level, even though it's just like 1% difference, it takes a ridiculous amount of work.
Does anyone even realize, and let's make this about me right now, my favorite subject. Does anyone even realize how many times over and over people thought I was at a certain level and then I just straight butt fucked that level into another level? Like, dude, people can win once. Yeah, you can win once. Like, that's pretty easy. You can win a couple times, but to keep fucking winning over and over and just compiling on top of each other, the only thing that takes is for you to never stop. And people really think it's a hack. These business guys come into coaching and they're like, "So, like, what system are you using?" I'm like, "I talk to everybody." They're like, "Well, how are you selling so much?" I'm like, "I've actually impacted every single person that signed up for my program's life." They're like, it's like a foreign topic to them that you've actually done something for them on the front hand before they signed up. They're like, they're worried about making content. One of my clients comes in, he's like, "I just got to get better at speaking." I'm like, "No, you don't, you fucking idiot. Did I teach you anything?" I'm like, "You need to get the fuck out of the way." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I showed you a process of removal to tap into a message coming from above that's more powerful than all these lames on the planet combined. You're supposed to guide them. As soon as you tap into this message and you follow it wholeheartedly, which I call conscience congruency, God speaking to you and supplying your path. As soon as you do that and you get the fuck out of the way, everything you do will be perfect." And people are like, they just don't even understand that. They think it's them still. It's not you. You need to get out of the way and be a vessel for a message that's going to solve a lot of problems down here. And in all reality, I get so much criticism because I'm the solution to all these pussy problems, all these soft men. The biggest problem is soft men, straight up.
Agreed. So
We're gonna
you want me to read the chats
and then we're gonna do the video with Diddy.
Oh, you want it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right, we'll get
The
it.
video with me, the video with me and Diddy, or that new one?
No, the new one.
That one's rough.
Wait, Diddy's cardio exercise? Is that the one you're talking about?
Did he do it or not?
Huh?
Did he do it or not?
Yeah, he. It's so funny because Harrison Butker, who is a kicker,
I would say that was AI.
That was from earlier when I was streaming, and not that one. That was from earlier.
Diddy is a kicker, and Harrison Butker is also a kicker. You see how that works? They're both in
Flamer
trouble.
says, a high IQ panel, W Men, L Whales, Mark Cooking on X. By the way, any advice on growing an influencer music channel, YouTube channel? You got to make good music, my friend.
And also do collaborations if you can.
Yeah, collaborations.
On TikTok, they go really viral.
He went there right away. Collabs are what's going to matter the most.
Yes, 100%.
Ivan Leo says, Myron Fresh, Wes Rollo, and Mike, thanks for your mentorship from Oside, California.
Oside, that's where I'm from.
Raisin Posol and South Pro
Sole,
Super.
that's a gang neighborhood in South Oceanside.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Pro Super on the F15 and 16 vet of 16 years,
wow, okay.
total 10 active, 165K a year after I left active duty in 2018. Got my shit together thanks to you guys. Good stuff for you.
Good job, bro.
Yeah, he worked on F15s and F16s.
Easy Money Sniper says, "Sup, fellas? Can you guys recommend any real estate rental property investment books? WFNF."
I recommend Set for Life. It's a pretty good to read book for anyone that works as an employee job. What do you recommend?
There's a couple of them, man. Chris Crone has a pretty good one, The Straight Path to Real Estate Investing. That's a pretty good one. We're actually going to have him on the pod in I think in August.
Awesome.
So stay tuned for that.
Why do they roast that guy so bad? I like him.
Yeah, I like Chris too.
Dude, they're on his case about some of the shit he says. I'm like, I believe that shit.
You know, I've always said, obsession is a term that lazy use to describe the dedicated.
Yeah.
And that's just what they do. You know, they it's like they look at someone who is very successful and he has like weird little quirks or whatever about him, and they're like, oh, this guy's weird. But it's like, yeah, that's exactly why he makes more money than you and more successful than you, stupid.
Best point ever.
Okay, so
that's what when people tell me not to post that, not to do this, not to do this, I'm like, bro, if I posted content that you fully agreed with, I would smack myself. Like it'd be the dumbest thing to make sure all you guys agreed with me. That this is not going to work. And if you understand my habits, that's why I'm where I'm at and you're not. You know.
So we can all agree here. We meet millionaires all the time.
Best point though.
And they are not normal. Like, we're not normal. We actually do shit out of context. We do things because we understand it's business, one, and two, things have to go.
Dude, how many billionaires you know? They're the worst. You're like, this guy's a psychopath.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to be like Diddy though, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to understand that wildly successful people have quirky, strange behavior patterns that you might not necessarily align with or be like, what the fuck is this? But that's exactly and precisely why they're where they're at and why you're where
You know what
you're
had me though?
Best point
The first
ever.
time I heard Elon Musk speak, I was like, God damn, I think he's a fucking billionaire. So
Yeah, still,
Hey.
and I'll tell you what's funny. Like Elon Musk doesn't care if he's couch surfing on his best friend, his friend's partner, because he's focused on what he's doing at that time. It's just like Steve Jobs did not care about any like furniture of in his house.
Every day and shit.
Had one outfit. You know why? Because he was too focused on. He's like, I'll put on whatever clothes just so I can go to work and get this shit done, because that's what he was about. When I was working in the wine and spirits industry, I worked with guys who were like wealthy men, not rich men. Fucking wealthy guys, like move fucking
Generations.
countries around, and these guys do not care about, like, they sure as shit don't give a fuck about anybody in any podcast chat room or
I
anything
think
like
that's
that.
selfish though.
But the
if
thing
you
is,
have success, I think you should share it, and you should almost fly a flag that shows you're successful.
Most of those guys are in those positions. They don't do those things because they're too busy fucking doing their job. They're too like Jeff Bezos does not go and do like masterminds and shit like that because he's too busy making fucking money. Or Elon
Also,
Musk goes and does
some
what
of
he
those
does
guys
because
I
he's
met
too busy
too.
doing his
You know
thing.
why they don't want to do it? Because they don't want attention. They want to just stay
That's
low,
true. That is
make
true.
money.
They don't wanna be
And
famous
fuck
either,
all
yeah.
the haters.
Yeah.
They don't want haters at all. Which I get it.
Well, because it becomes like whatever it is that
A lot
the
of them
ideas
grew
that
up
they're
in
working
an
on.
age that isn't our age, and a lot of them are actually transferring to this. And I have billionaire clients that are like, I have to start doing this. Like, this is costing me a lot of money that I didn't. So I mean, there's a kind of a meshing of two different generations right there when you speak. And the new generation of billionaire, if they have a personal brand, they reached it way quicker than the guy you're talking about, much quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we at here? Okay, so fellas, can you
Big up yourself.
Oh, this is a Jamaican term. Big up yourself. Boosted score 725.
Bombocat!
This is him 2000. 24 in Toronto, 1 year left of my plumbing apprenticeship. Aiming to pull in 90K this year. Hello overtime. Love my job. When y'all touch down here, come check out my pops Jamaican